What's up guys, and welcome back to the Convoy Dimension. You guys know what time it is. It's that time of month again. Boruto Chapter 68 spoilers have come out and we're going to talk about them, and as you can probably tell, I'm pretty excited for this chapter. But with that out of the way, for those of you who are new to the channel, it's great to have you here. Please consider subscribing and liking the video if you enjoyed the content on this channel. So now let's get into the juicy spoilers. We don't have a whole lot to work with this month, just a cover page, 2 pages of the chapter, and a preview text, but even so, I can tell that I'm gonna be pretty happy with this chapter. Right off the bat here, it's pretty much been confirmed that I was 100% right and Delta is Amado's Cyborg, so can I please get a round of applause? If you haven't watched my video about Amado's Cyborg, I highly encourage that you go watch it because I went over all the signs that led me to say that Delta was probably going to be the Cyborg, and it made an awful lot of sense, and I also debunked the whole Kashi and Koji stole data for the Cyborg thing, and went pretty in depth with that, so I do encourage you to go watch it. I'll leave it linked in the description and the pinned comment below for those of you who have not seen it. But let's talk a little bit more about the spoiler images now. Our cover page is of Boruto with his new karma marking around his heart, which isn't anything too crazy, but it kind of does lead us to say that that mark might be a permanent mark in Boruto's body now, or at the very least, whenever he activates his karma, you're going to see that like black square thing on his chest. Now on the actual chapter pages, the first panel we see is a shot of Amado looking absolutely shocked, which for me is really awesome to see after just every single damn panel of Amado for the last like 25 chapters has just either been Amado looking completely sus, or Amado looking like everything was going according to his master plan. So it's nice to see Amado shocked because one of the few things he did not account for is actually happening, and so he's completely shocked by it. In the next panel, we see Delta, Shikamaru, Eida, and Amado, and this is essentially where Delta being Amado's Cyborg was confirmed, like I said before. And now after Eida appears, we see Delta just kind of expressionless looking at her, and Shikamaru looks absolutely pissed, which, as a side note, I swear, Shikamaru looks pissed off in every single panel of the Boruto manga, at least lately, and he only has 2 faces. Go back and read the previous chapters and you'll see what I mean. And then, though, we get a shot of Eida looking at Amado. She says something. I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it says. And Amado says something and looks absolutely shocked. Now, some people have said that this is kind of like confirmation that Eida is Amado's daughter, but I kind of disagree here. I still lean towards the Delta connection, and one of the reasons for it is if you just look at the images here, Amado does not look happy to see Delta. This isn't the look of, "You're alive, Eida? Oh my god, I'm so happy." It's not like when Boruto was supposedly dead and then he woke up and we saw Naruto crying tears of joy because he was so happy that Boruto was alive. That's not the look Amado's giving here. Amado looks worried. He looks scared. He's got beads of sweat on his forehead and cheek. He doesn't look happy. He looks frightened. Whether that's because he knows Eida hates him because of what he did to her, or he fears her power, we don't know quite yet, but to me, this is an expression of fear, not of happiness. Now, as I mentioned, we see a panel of Delta up close where she looks kind of expressionless, and if you look very closely, you'll notice that the mark on her forehead is different from what it used to be. Before, it was just like the symbol for number 1. Now we can't see the whole marking, but it's very distinctly different from what it was before. Now, I don't know the meaning of this, however, it could have a connection to her personality change, where before she was an enemy, now she's an ally of the Leaf Village. It might have some relation to that. We don't actually know what the difference is. Then, like I said, we see angry Shikamaru, and I just want to see Shikamaru look happy for once in the manga already. It's kind of upsetting. But anyway, as far as the actual chapter goes, I'm expecting it to start off a bit slower since we're clearly ending on a bit of a bang here. So they're probably going to have to start off discussing the consequences of the last couple of chapters, specifically Kawaki's actions. What the hell are they going to do with Boruto? Maybe Boruto will talk about what Momoshiki said to him, things of that nature. And then eventually it does look like Shikamaru is going to confront Amado. Whether or not Delta will have already been finished and standing there, or if she's going to finish while Shikamaru is yelling at Amado, we don't know, but I'm expecting that Shikamaru is going to question Amado on who the hell that kid Code whipped out was, and as far as the whole ally thing that he mentioned before about how Seems like Code was talking to someone. Seems like Code knows a little bit too much information, things of that nature. And at that point, we might see Amado, thinking about, oh, that kind of sounds like Eida, or that kind of sounds like Damon, things like that, and then Eida's gonna pop up. Obviously, we already knew that Code put a claw mark on Shikamaru, so that's how she appears, which means either Code is just gonna send Eida through that claw mark, and that's how she appears, or Code himself will appear and just bring Eida with her, and possibly Damon as well. If that's the case, that's kind of what I hope, actually, because that means that we're going to get some big action coming up soon here. So I'm hoping that we're going to see all three of them appear, and then the preview text for the chapter is just a little question of, will they be able to prevent Code's Limitless from being released, and how Eida has confronted Amado personally. Obviously, for story purposes, I'm sure Amado is going to release Code's Limitless. Like I said, I'd be willing to bet he's probably going to do it willingly. But regardless, I do think Code's Limitless will be released because they've been hyping up for way too long. So at some point that's going to happen in the near future. Overall, though, this is looking good to me. I'm pretty happy with where it looks like the story is going from here. Like I said, it looks like we're going to get some big action, and I do believe that this is going to be the start of Moboshiki's prophecy where Boruto loses everything. This is what kicks it off, when Code, Eida, and maybe Damon into the Leaf Village and shit goes down. Like I said, I'm hyped for the chapter, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens from here. And, it's really just about damn time that we got more from Amado, Code, Eida, and Damon, rather than just, talking about it. I want to see them actually in action. I want to see people confront Amado for being a sussy baka, things of that nature. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. So, I hope you're as hyped for the chapter as I am, but I want to know what you guys think about these spoilers, so let me know in the comment section below, and let me know if you agree with any of my takes on the spoilers as well. For those of you who made it this far, thank you so much for the support, but I do have to remind you that you're already under my genjutsu. So subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and hit that bell icon for notifications. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!